Okay, this is going to be drawing number 2. This one's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You have to measure and draw each of these objects and then write down the measurements for each line on the sides of each shape. Okay, then you have to down here measure and draw these 5 lines and then write down the measurements after each one. So this bottom portion is just like what you did on drawing number 1. So I have my border and title block already. Be sure, just a reminder that you make sure that your paper is perfectly aligned to your T-square and that you're doing seal stroke Gothic down here at the bottom. I'm not going to demonstrate every single shape on here, but I am going to do this one right here, and I'll show you how to do a couple of lines. For this one, I'm going to pick this point right here to start with, and I'm going to measure it with my scale. It is 3/4 of an inch, so over here I'm going to go and measure off 3/4 of an inch. Okay, using my scale, then draw it using the T-square. And right next to it, I'm just going to write 3/4. That's how big it is. Then I'm just going to kind of follow along. I'm going to do all of these lines first and save that angle line for last. This goes down 1 inch, so use my scale measure down 1 inch. You can use your T-square and hang it up on the top if you want. That's easier. Another way that I'm going to show you guys later on is how to use the T-square along the triangle to create a perfectly vertical line. And that one was 1 inch. Then I'm going to measure over the bottom here. It looks like it's 1 3/8. So 1 3/8. That line. I'm going to write down 1 8. And then I'm going to go vertically up. So 1 3/4. Vertically. And the top. Looks like it's about 1 11/16. Now to do this, that angled line there, as long as I have measured and drawn all this properly, all you really need to do is connect these two. You can see I'm taking the T-square off. It's not snug up against the side. And then I can draw that angle just like that. And just go ahead and measure it. Measure the one you made. It should be right around 7/8 of an inch. Okay. This one's really easy. I'll do this one really quick. This one's 2 1/8 on the top. So over here, general location, doesn't have to be perfect, on the location of it on your paper. 2 1/8. Then one side is really all you need to measure. 2 1/2. 2 1/2 down. That. Now all you really need to do is use your T-square. Oops, sorry. 2 1/2. Measure this across. Use your T-square, or the way I'm doing it, draw this line straight down. And this is also 2 1/2, and the top is the same, 2 1/8. There's those two shapes. On the bottom, again, if you don't quite remember how to do this, we just need to measure these lines and draw them. So here's number 1. I'll just do the first one so you get the picture. And this one's 4 and looks like 9/16. So mark at 0. Mark at 4 9/16. Draw it using my T-square, and then 4 9/16. And that's what you'll do with the remaining 5. So it'll look just like this, except you'll have these last 4 down on here with the measurements written down for each one. And that's what drawing number 2 will look like.